Right, so now we're going to talk about something that could be very important for your applications, and it's going to be how to redirect users. So React Router is going to provide us a component we can use to do this. And if you're thinking, why would I redirect your user? Well, let me tell you, it's one of those things that we're going to use it at least once in our projects. So first we need to import this module. I'm going to do comma and then redirect. So how can we use this one? Okay, so we have different ways to use this. I'm going to go inside the router and notice that I am inside the switch and the router, and I'm going to say redirect. Now this redirect is going to take a few options if we are inside the router. First, we have the from, let me make a space, from, and then we have the to. And if you think about it, it kind of makes sense. The from is going to be from where we're going to get from which request, and then to the to. So if we get a request from profile, if the user is trying to enter the profile, we're going to kick the user back to home. Makes sense. So if I go to home, good. If we go to post, works. If we go to profile, it's going back to home. So it's kicking the user back. Very good. And if you see it right here at the top, you can see the URL flashing. You know, it's just flashing. Good. So this is one way to use it. Now the thing is that this is not very realistic. What you're going to be doing most of the times, it's kicking the user back if he's not authorized or something like that. So I'm going to delete this. Not going to need it right now. And then I'm going to go at the top and just delete this one as well. I'm going to go to post item. No, I'm going to go to profile. And I'm going to bring this module, this redirect. So now inside the return, what I could do is just use this redirect, just like we used it before. Redirect, open and close. And of course, we don't have the option from, because if you think about it, from where? We are already inside that route. So we can use just the to. So whenever the React, it's rendering this components, it's going to read this and it's going to say, oh, okay, we want to kick the user back no matter what. And it's going to kick the user back. If I go to profile again, let's go to post, it works. Profile, not happening, just kicking the user back. Good. And again, most of the times you're going to be using this in a different context. If the user enters profile, you want to check if the user is authorized, and if it's not, then it's going to run this code. So okay, just going to copy this, and I'm going to say redir and whatever. I'm just going to create a function. So right here at the top, I'm going to say const redir whatever, open and close. Oh, sorry, I'm going to make it a fat arrow function. Open and close. And this one is going to do this. So right here we are invoking this function. The function should be running, and after the function runs, we're going to get this. Of course, you know, oh, redir. Okay. If we reload the page, everything it's working. We get no errors. This is a warning because we need to delete some links. We are not using the link inside the header. We are using nav link. So, you know, but don't worry. So if we go to profile, it's passing. And so this code, it's not being executed. And again, if you think about it, this is just a tag. We are not doing anything. We're just putting the tag right here. So what you can do, you can just say return, open and close. And what it's going to do, this function is going to inject this JSX inside here. So of course, if we go to profile, not happening. It's just going to kick the user back again. Okay, that's good. This works. It's a good method, but I'm not a very big fan of just doing this. Now, inside props, if you remember, whenever we use React Router, inside props, we get a lot of features, a lot of methods we can use with URLs and with routes. So inside props, you have one that is going to be history. So I'm going to enter props, then enter history, then dot, and what I can say is push, just like that. Oh, push, open and close, and I'm going to specify I want to kick the user back to which route. In this case, it's going to be home. And this is not React. This is just pure JavaScript. I'm going to be interacting with the history of the browser and say, okay, I want to put this at the end of the list inside the browser. So of course, the last element on the list is going to be executed, so it's going to go to this route. Now, if I go to profile, it works. It's not letting the user in. It's executing the function, and the function, it's just changing the history of the browser. Good. So, this one, it's a little bit better because we are not using this module. If you want, I can just delete this one, and we are going to be including the one less module inside our application. Okay, so it works. Good. So now we need to talk about in how to create a 404. That's something really important too. Right, so how to create a 404 page. Let's say that the route that the user is trying to enter, it's not defined, so it's going to be whatever route. Of course, we should give the user a component for this that it's not home. Notice that I'm typing whatever and it's taking me to home. Why is it doing this? Because we have one rule that it's matching. Remember that our last route says that whenever you get a path for home, it's going to take you back to home. I'm sorry, / and then take you back to home. So again, this is just logic. If I do route right here and then open and close, what we can do, we can just say if route nothing, if none of these criterias are matched, we want to fall back to this one. So we create kind of a fallback. Right here, I'm going to say render. Inside the React router, every route, we get a method that's going to be called rendered, and we can render whatever we want right here. I'm going to open and close and just pass some JSX, some dumb JSX. It's going to be oops 404. Okay. So if I go right here to this route, of course, this one is not right. That's not going to happen. It's not going to show oops 404 because this rule, the one before 404, this condition is matched. So again, we need to fall back one more time to the exact. So if I reload the page, we get oops 404. And if I go to home, of course, it works. Okay, so this is just the simplest way how you can use 404 using a fallback. Let's say that you want to render a component right here for a 404. I'm going to delete the render. I'm going to say whenever the route, the application is not finding a route for this, we want to send the user to posts, whatever. So if you go to home, it works, posts works, profile works. And if I type whatever, taking us to posts. Okay, so that works. So in real life, you should be creating a component that it's going to be 404 or not found, something like that. Okay, that's good. Let's keep moving forward. We need to do some other things, really important things. On the next section, we're going to be talking about React lifecycles.